Everyone, how's it going? Um, Today I'm making a video for DIY for you. Is letting you know your fluids locations. It's for a '08 Mercedes C300. I'm sure it will be the same for the C350. I'm not sure if it's the same for the C250, but they kind of look the same. C300 right here. So we will start with the coolant antifreeze. This is where you check your antifreeze. I want to open it up counterclockwise. You check it, look inside. You can shake it to make sure on the fluids. You might want to get Mercedes-Benz fluid. You might want to keep your car the same like it's supposed to be. And you want to make sure it's in the line right here. See this line where it meets clear with black? Right in the middle. This is where it stays. You want to make sure you don't put any more than that, unless you're just filling the whole system. You want to keep filling it. But if you're just topping it off, you're missing a little bit, you just want to keep it in the middle. And that's where you go for the coolant. And for your windshield wiper, just want to make sure you just fill it all the way in. Make sure you don't have a hole or something or a broken hose, but fill it until the top. If you see it's filled, it's because it's good for you on the car, because you're gonna have a good windshield. And the next we'll go to your brake fluid. So just want to get something straight. Your windshield, your power steering, and your brake fluid is in the driver's side front. And the passenger, the only one in the passenger front is your coolant. So the other ones are in the driver's side. So here we got the brakes. This is your brake fluid. So you might want to open it up. There's a little strainer. If you're missing fluid and you want to put some, like if you're missing a lot, you want to put some, you might want to remove the strainer, because it's gonna go way slower if you're trying to put some in with the strainer in for you. So you might want to remove the strainer, then put the fluid in, and then you put the strainer back. And you want to make sure that you put it up to the mark that says max right there. Below that is low, so you might want to keep it there. And that's where you go for that. And here we got your power steering right in the side. If you want to check your power steering, make sure your car is off. You get a piece of cloth, you clean it up really good, then put it in, remove it again, and make sure it's on the top line. If you see, you have different levels until the top. You need it right here. If you have it here, you need a little bit. You need to bring it up here. That's for your power steering. If you're way low, you might have a leak. You might want to check it. So make sure it's all the way to the top line. From here down to the top. That's the power steering. You might want to go with Mercedes-Benz fluids, which is the same as a transmission fluid, but Mercedes-Benz might use a different fluid. Alright, and here on the engine, see the front to the back on the C300, I'm sure the C350 has the same one too. You'll find the dipstick for your oil. This one, make sure you do it. If you want to check your oil, you check it early in the morning before you even start your engine, or at least if you're in a hurry, you gotta give it at least, I will say, half an hour. But the best will be early in the morning when you wake up and you're ready to go. Before you start your engine, you want to check your oil. That's the best time because your oil is already settled inside on the bottom oil pan, and it'll be the best time to check it. So here I'll show you. Alright, so to check your oil, like I said, you'll need to find it right here. You pull it, make sure you get a rag and you clean it right away. You don't need to read it this time. The first time you pull it, you don't need to read it. So what you're gonna need is, see this line, it says minimum. You can't read it right there, but it says minimum and max. You should always be on the top right here, right here. So let's check it. So you pull it out, you clean it, then you insert it back in, all the way in. Wait, let's say 3 seconds. Then you pull it, and once you're pulling it, you want to make sure you're pulling it just like this. You're keeping it up. You don't want to shake, move it to the side or anything. Just want to make sure you keep it straight, because else your level is going to be different if the oil comes up and then you don't know what you're reading. So like mine, you see it's filled all the way to the max. But if you're missing oil, you're not gonna see it wet like how it looks right now. It's gonna be dry, and then over here it's gonna be wet because here's where you have oil, or here, which is not good. You might wanna not drive your car if it's really low in here. If it's low in here, it's gonna let you know that it's low to add oil. You'll have a line on the gauge, and the inside is gonna tell you that you're low on oil to stop. So you wanna keep it to the max. This right here. You always wanna pull the stick, clean it, and then check it, and make sure it's before you start it. If you start it already, do not check it. It's not gonna make any sense, and it's not gonna tell you anything because the oil is all over the place and it's gonna be a bad reading. And that's what you got. To pour in some oil, you might want to get a little funnel. You open this on the engine, the whole engine bay, engine right here. You might want to open this going clockwise. There's a cap going clockwise. You pull it. You might want to get a little funnel and put it in. Put in your oil. Make sure you put synthetic oil. I normally use Mobil 1 synthetic 1030. Supposed to use another one, 0W whatever, but I'm sorry, I'm good with synthetic 1030. And that's how you check your fluid in a C300. Like I said, your coolant, antifreeze, it's easy. Make sure I did not say something about this. Make sure your coolant, you'll check it also in the morning when your car is not hot. This is one big thing you might want to check early when your car is cold, never when it's hot. And that's what you got for your C300, if you got a C300. If you like my video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. I'll be making a lot of videos for C300s. I'm just starting up, and BMWs and all other cars. All right.